Yes, he is. Hey, Bobbit, what game did you watch for college football? Hmm. It's all right. You got time. We are streaming, but I'm not live yet. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. Let me see how much time is left in this game. At 8 o'clock. Flip it back. We're going to we're gonna watch Bobbit turn on ESPN. Are you listening? We're going to watch along as the college football playoffs are announced. The rankings are announced. They're being announced after this Michigan State game. So we'll go through the top 25. They haven't been released yet. I just looked, so we'll do it as they do it for the college corner for the college corner tonight. Well, you're fine. You got plenty of time. There's like 12 minutes 34 seconds left in the game. So at 8 o'clock, can you flip it back? Maybe four. All right. What? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the college corner. I am not seeing anything. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Sorry, it just didn't pop up right away. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Kicking It Onside. As you can see, I'm wearing glasses. They're blue screen glasses. Don't get it. I'm not going fucking blind. Um, yes, I do wear reading glasses as well. So if I'm reading something and I go like this, because I'm reading my glasses. All right. So just hold the applause. No, 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 leave them. So Wendy is sitting here. She wants to play with my glasses. You want to get up here? You can't play with them. Mm-mm-mm. Do not mark the. Oh, you aren't going to be able to. Okay. Don't touch the glass unless you already did. All right. So here we go. Week 9. is in the books. We're going to talk some news, and you know what's fucking coming because I've been waiting to fucking rant about this on fucking cancel culture. You know what I'm going to go off about.
Uh-huh.
There are two things. And Drew, if you haven't seen it over on YouTube, he actually talked about the Aaron Rodgers situation and another situation, the Henry Ruggs situation, where he is being charged with homicide, vehicular manslaughter, I think, or vehicular homicide, whatever it is. I don't know what the charges have been. I haven't heard anything because everybody's so worried about fucking Aaron Rodgers' situation. He lied. We'll go into if he lied or if he didn't. Fucking dumb shit fucking people, man. He may have misled somebody. He may have misled you. But don't be a fucking moron. There's a fucking huge difference between immunization and vaccination.
Uh-huh.
Shut the fuck up and I'll explain it. Not you, Rishon.
I know.
We'll talk about the power rankings. We'll talk about my power rankings, which I released today. I have not released them to anybody. We're going to talk about the previous week. And so, yeah. Oh, okay. There it is. Never mind. I'm like, what the fuck? So let's get into, and also we will watch the release of the college football playoff rankings for College Corner tonight. We'll talk about, I'm going to talk about the Big Ten because I watch the Big Ten all the time. I'm going to tell you who I think is the best team in college football, and everybody's going to think I'm a fucking homer. So you already know where I'm fucking going with that. But I'll explain myself and the reason why. We'll talk about the SEC. We'll talk about which conference is better. We'll also talk about which team is the best team in college football, in my opinion, before we start the college football playoff. So we will break in with the college corner before we'll probably get through. I didn't watch much football this weekend. I don't think I did. I watched the Packer game. We watched the Ravens game, and that was pretty much it. Heather had the red zone on, but I didn't watch too many games. We're gonna talk about the Jets and the Colts first. Everybody excited that the Colts fucking whooped the Jets' ass. Well, who hasn't whooped the Jets' ass except for fucking Cincinnati, who lost to them last week? Right? Didn't Cincinnati lose to the Jets last week? Right? Colts, mediocre team, man. Just they're a mediocre team. I'm not saying they're bad. They're a mediocre team. They aren't as good as everybody thinks they are. They should beat the Jets.
Yeah,
okay?
I was going to say that too.
They should beat the Jets.
Uh-huh.
I mean, come on. The Bengals didn't. That doesn't mean that I can tell you right now, if the Bengals played the Colts, the Bengals would beat the Colts 9 times out of 10, or at least 7 times out of 10 this year.
Yeah.
Colts have no fucking offense. The only thing they have is an offensive line and a running back. They have to run the ball 50 fucking times. You can't rely on Carson Wentz to win you the game. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think I really watched all that much of it. I mean, I did. I think the Braves game was on as well because the Braves won the World Series. I can't remember. But there's a reason why I didn't watch the whole game. Moving on. Falcons at the Saints. Saints lose again to the Falcons.
I don't know what's wrong with them.
They aren't very good. They have a good defense, but their offense is I don't think it matters who they put back there. My question is, where's Mike Thomas? Where is the supposed everybody's saying that Mike Thomas is the best receiver in the NFL? He hasn't played in almost 2 fucking years. And everybody wants to call him the best. He's one of the most talented receivers in the NFL, hands down. I'm not going to deny that. But if you're not going to be on the field, you're not considered one of the greats.
Right.
The Falcons beat the Saints. Falcons beat the Saints. I'm going to repeat that again. The Falcons beat the Saints.
Oh
Yes, they
man.
had Trevor Siemian, but Trevor Siemian didn't look too bad the week before. And everybody's like, oh, Taysom Hill is the answer. Taysom Hill is not the answer in New Orleans, people. He's not. So get that out of your head. Another game, the weirdness of Sunday happened. The NFL reared its ugly head. The any given Sunday moniker reared its ugly fucking head. The Broncos beat the
Oh,
Cowboys. The Cowboys, everybody's talking about the Cowboys are the best team in professional football. They have the best offense. They scored 34 points a game. They're putting up numbers, and they lose 30-16 to the fucking. In all facets of the game, they got run right out of the fucking arena.
I don't know what the hell happened there.
The
When I
Dallas Cowboys are not as good as everybody thinks they are.
and I saw a little bit of that game when I was at work on my 10-minute break, and I was like, this is really happening right now? Oh shit. Oh my God. And I mean, come on. The Cowboys been playing some good football this
Mm-hmm.
season.
Correct.
And the Broncos, what they like
They have a good defense. Now,
four
the
and four.
Broncos have a really solid defense. They really do. The problem with the Broncos is they don't have any offense right now. But
But they offense shows
they're
up.
showing you what they can do.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying Vic Fangio is the reason why this team is winning. Vic Fangio is he's a defensive coordinator. I don't know how great of a head coach he is. He hasn't gotten the job done in 4 years there. I'm waiting for them to fire him.
I
I mean,
mean,
I could care less if they keep him because I'm not a fan of the Broncos. So go ahead,
the
Ray.
Broncos were just all around aggressive that game, which is good for football. Dallas, they was getting aggressive the second half, but it just wasn't enough.
Right.
I don't know what happened. They were sleeping.
Um, the next game, the Patriots at the Panthers. Bobbit, did you watch this game at all or get a chance to?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, elaborate.
First of all, Sam Darnold's out with a shoulder fracture, so
Okay,
you
so
could
that
tell he was
explains why
bothering him
he was
Sunday.
struggling. That explains why he was struggling. He's been playing hurt. Got it. Move on. Go ahead.
That and it's Patriots is a damn good team, so
Patriots are good,
I
man.
just feel I feel like Carolina just hit a roadblock and their new quarterback they signed today. I don't know about him.
Who is it?
It's somebody from former USC. I think it's. Let me look. Let's see. They could have signed Cam Newton, but God forbid that happens.
Why would they sign Cam Newton back?
Well, I mean, we kind of don't have. They signed Matt Barkley today.
I mean, he's a serviceable quarterback. He's a good he's a good filler.
Eh,
He's
I haven't seen enough of him to fully judge.
Rayshawn, he played for the Eagles. What did you think of Matt Barkley?
Um, I'm sorry, was not paying attention to no Matt Barkley.
Okay, Matt Barkley coming out of college was okay. I mean, he was good. He started over Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was his backup,
Really?
if I remember correctly. Yes.
Hmm.
Sam Darnold took over after he left, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly. Um, I mean, he's not as good as Sam Darnold, but he's a veteran. That's all I can tell you. There's not much game tape on him, I guess, but I mean, he's not overly bad. He's better than anything that the fucking Panthers have on the bench. I'm sorry, I don't think that Philip Walker or PJ Walker is that good at all.
No, he's not that good. That's why a lot of people was wanting them to re-sign Cam Newton to.
Well, that's not that.
Worry.
Cam Newton will not come back to Carolina.
I don't know, but you know how fucking Twitter is.
Heather. Raven. The next game, and I hear you. The Panthers are going to struggle. Just give them time. You got to be patient. So the next game is the Vikings at the Ravens. This game went into overtime, and the Ravens ended up coming back and winning.
From what I remember, they were about 10 points behind.
Oh, yeah, they did spot them 14 points.
14, yeah.
I think it was 14 points they spotted them
Yeah,
this week.
They opened the scoring. The Ravens opened the scoring with a field goal, and then from there, next two touchdowns were all Vikings. So, however, with that, the Ravens need to know how to better handle the opening of a game like they used to. At the start of these games lately, they are all over the fucking place, both on defense and on offense. So they got some stuff to work on there. I mean, it took up until the fucking third quarter, end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter for them to start getting their shit together, and that's not Ravens.
Never used to be.
It never used to be the Ravens. They never played like that before. So
Not consistently. No.
they need to figure out how to get their stuff together. Next year it's going to be a completely different story for them because they're going to get their key defensive players back, and the key offensive players are coming back too after their tears and all of that. So it's
basically Baltimore.
They're winning.
I'm sorry.
Baltimore just fighting through injuries right now.
Yes, they are.
They're winning. Their secondary is the problem. It's not even their offense. Their offense sputters at times because they're a running team. Their secondary, yeah, they're missing Mike Peters, who's their Marcus Peters. They're missing him. They're missing him. Humphrey is just feeling, it just looks like he thinks he has to do everything and he just needs to he can only cover one guy. They got better as the day went on. They didn't do a very good job in the fourth quarter either, which caused it to go into overtime. But then in overtime, they shut Minnesota down and Minnesota Ravens ended up kicking a field goal. I think final was 27-24 or 26-23.
It was just 23, I believe.
Yeah, it was a good game. Then the Packers were on, so I think I went and jumped in the shower. I can't remember. I wasn't feeling too hot. My knee and my ankle were still giving me fucking problems. Browns at the Bengals. I don't know what's going on with the Bengals, man. I can tell you from my eye, Joe Burrow is playing like a rookie.
Yeah.
He's playing like a rookie. I didn't watch too much of the game. Baker Mayfield looks like he's playing free and easy. He's not force feeding the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. He's gone, which is huge. And it just looked like Baker Mayfield plays better when he's not there. It's just he plays better when he plays better when Odell Beckham Jr. was not there. It just seemed like he felt like in OBJ, and I could see this him being, I'm the best receiver on this team. You need to feed me the ball 13, 14 times a game, get my 7 catches and 100 yards and a touchdown. Is Odell Beckham Jr. a great receiver? Yes, he can be. His attitude is the problem, I think, in with him. If he can get on a team, Green Bay is that team. I don't know if Green Bay really needs him. If they get him and he can just shut up and fucking be that second, third, or fourth option, I think the Green Bay becomes the best team, the best offensive team ever, because you have 2 legitimate number ones, and having a number one as a fourth option is huge. And it just makes Aaron Rodgers that much more dangerous. Like I said, we'll get to the fucking bullshit here in a little bit. But the Browns look like a better football team without OBJ than they do with him.
Mm-hmm.
Texans at the Dolphins. Who won this game?
I don't even know. I have to look it up for you right now.
Did the Dolphins win this game?
Yes.
Dolphins won?
I think so.
Yes. They not barely.
They won like by 3 points.
Yeah, they won barely. They're not very good. They're not a very good football team. They're gonna struggle. Raiders at the Giants. Giants win again. Raiders are a free-falling team in my eyes. Chargers at the Eagles. I don't know if you watched this game, Rayshawn, or had a chance to catch any of it.
I caught the highlights of it.
What was the score? The Chargers won.
I think it was another game I won by 30.
Yeah, but it wasn't a big blowout. See, the Eagles can play with teams because the Chargers are considered one of the best teams in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
They can play. What I mean by play with them is they can run with them.
Yeah, they can hang.
They can hang with them. However, they just don't have enough to keep up all the way through. That's the problem in Philadelphia. They'll only get better.
But, I mean, I'm not – I know every week I'll be shitting on them. I'm not going to shit on them this week. It was a fun game. It was a good back-and-forth game. Each team, had an answer to each, the other's offense or touchdown. Again, the Chargers did win by a field goal in 2 seconds. See, this game could have went like the Ravens and Vikings game to OT.
Right.
But like I said, overall, it was a great game for both teams. The better team won, which was the Chargers. That's all I could say about that.
Okay, you are correct, Rashawn. I can't disagree with what you're saying. Yeah. All right, so the next game was probably the game of the week. The 2 best teams in the AFC and NFC last year, and that's the Packers at the Chiefs. Before I go into that, I want to talk about one thing. No, you know what? I'm going to save it. Because I want to talk about Jordan Love. He deserves to be talked about here because he was the starting quarterback for the day. He looked shaky. It's his first start. He looked shaky. Everybody, and you Packer fans have to be the dumbest fucking people on the face of the fucking earth. You're bitching about one fucking game with one fucking guy who he's only been able to play in the offense during the preseason, he's a rookie. Because last year he didn't get to play at all because he had to deal with COVID-19. He was under COVID-19. Where last year, if you had COVID-19, he couldn't get over it, so he was out for the year. Which is why they kept Tim Boyle and not Jordan and
Blake Bortles.
No, Tim Boyle last year.
Last year.
So he's essentially playing his first real game against all of the number ones, had all of the number ones on his team. And Kansas City, great game plan. They blitzed the fucking shit out of the kid. The kid's only had 4 fucking games to get fucking ready to actually play. In fact, he only had 2 days to get ready for this game. He didn't know if he was he didn't know he was starting until 2 days prior to the game. That is only 2 days to get game ready. He was getting ready as a backup up until that point. So for everybody to fucking shit on him, shame on you. Shame on fucking you. I thought he played admirable, and he showed me some resiliency, and he showed me some fucking moxie, especially late in that game. When the chips were down on him, and he couldn't do anything,
He still played his heart out.
he played his ass off, and he made a couple of plays, and in that fourth quarter, he looked comfortable. He looked like, I couldn't tell the only difference I could see between him and Aaron Rodgers was the color of his skin. And I'm not trying to sound like a racist here. Was the color of his skin and the number on his fucking jersey. And the shoes, and you know what I'm saying. He looked like he had finally found his groove, and he started throwing like Aaron Rodgers did.
He was adapting while he was going, basically.
So, but in my eyes, and watching it, yes, he threw an interception, but shame on Davante Adams. If that was an Aaron Rodgers throw, and I'm not saying that he didn't try to make the catch, he only used one hand on that interception. If he would have gotten both hands up there, he is stronger than that fucking cornerback. He would have ripped that, but he had his hands on the ball. It was a great play by the cornerback, but a lousy play by Davante Adams. Because usually Davante Adams will make those catches. I don't know why he didn't Sunday. It's just one of those things. But that interception was not fully his fault. That was okay. I mean, he probably should have thrown it a little bit shorter, and it probably would have been a catch. But for under duress as he was, I thought he played well. He kept it. I mean, there were times where like in the first quarter, he just looked like he was overwhelmed. Like the game was moving too fast for him. Once he got into it, he started looking better. I thought. And I don't care what anybody says. It's my fucking opinion. Fucking deal with it. I thought he looked admirable. I thought he did an admirable job. 2 days to get ready for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, on the flip side, Kansas City has more weapons than Green Bay does. And they look like ass. They could only beat an Aaron Rodgers-less Packers by 6. What the fuck does that say about Kansas City? Not Green Bay, Kansas City.
They're not as good.
They kept Patrick Mahomes, the Green Bay defense, who's supposedly terrible. The Kevin King, who supposedly is the worst cornerback ever to play fucking professional football. I hear this shit all the fucking time. He's the worst player. He was the highest rated player in that game. Yes, he dropped an interception. But you know what? That kid played his fucking ass off. That entire defense played their ass off. At the end, they failed. It happens. I do not, and I am so sick and tired of fucking having this argument. It is not Jordan Love's fault that Green Bay lost that game. It's the coaching staff. They did not set any of them up for success. Maybe defensively they did. On the defensive side, they did. On the offensive side of the ball, they failed that offense miserably. They were able to run the ball. They should have just kept running it. They didn't need to throw the ball 34 times. I would have run the ball 34 times and thrown it 25 or 24. I guarantee you Green Bay probably would have won that game. In fact, I said it to Heather. They need to run the ball a lot more than they throw it today. And that's not on Jordan Love. That is making him look better if they do that.
Yeah.
You got to the first play of the game, I knew what they were going to do, although I would have liked to have seen them go deep on the very first play. They went short. They did a play action. I thought they were going deep, and they should have, to Devontae Adams. I don't care if he threw it 30 yards over his fucking head. Hey, we're coming. We're going to take our shots. Try me. Because Green Bay has the weapons to do it. That's all I'll say about that. A shame on fucking everybody that shit on Jordan Love. You have no idea. You have no idea or any concept of professional football or football for that fucking matter. Go ahead, Rachel.
No, I was going to say, I don't understand why they scold him like that. Like you said, he had 2 days to prep. He was out last year. He literally played no football in like a year and a half. And who's this guy? Mr. Tom Brady threw like 3 interceptions last week and lost to the Saints. Come on. And nobody crucified him.
No, because you're never going to see it. Because it's Tom fucking Brady. Fuck Tom. This is why people hate Tom Brady. Not because he's a great quarterback, it's because everybody never can criticize the guy.
Yeah.
He loses a game for a team, it's not his fault, it's everybody else's fault. Get the fuck out of here. That annoys the shit out of me more than fucking anything. Well, they didn't catch the ball. He threw it to the other fucking guy 3 fucking times. What do you mean the guy didn't catch the fucking ball? He didn't have a chance to. Tom Brady looks 44.
And he got sacked a couple of times, and no one's saying nothing. But let's just shit on Jordan Love. He's a new kid. He ain't going to say nothing.
He put it on his shoulders. Shit. But Matt LaFleur did come out and say, that game was on my shoulders. I take the blame. Jordan shouldn't be taking the blame for my shortcomings. Matt LaFleur is a very good coach. He don't put up with no bullshit. He tried. He just didn't come up with the right game plan. And he knows it. And he said it. I've got to be better. He did come out and he said we probably should have run the ball a lot more than we did. We didn't.
And they should have planned for the zero blitz.
You got to plan for everything. You can't just plan for what Kansas City has been doing.
Yeah.
It is what it is. The Cardinals at the 49ers. Everybody's saying the Arizona's the best team of football again because Green Bay lost. Okay. Did Green Bay beat Arizona? Okay. Shut the fuck up. They're not the best team of football. I probably could argue for this team, the Cardinals beat the 49ers. I could probably argue this team being the second best team of football, and that is the Tennessee Titans. They shellacked another supposed best team in football, the Los Angeles Rams. Matthew Stafford looked worse than Jordan Love, but they're just not going to criticize him because he's been in the league longer. It's easier to criticize the rookie than it is to fucking criticize the veteran.
Which it should be the other way
Matthew
around.
Stafford took responsibility. He said, I spotted Tennessee 14 points. He did. It takes a man to admit your mistake. Something Tom Brady never fucking does. I never hear it. Oh, we got to play better. No, you got to play better. How about that? Come out and say that one time. That's why I don't consider him the GOAT. Because he never takes the blame for fucking anything. He says we should play better. No, you should play better. And then the Bears hit the Steelers. Bears just, Matt Nagy can't get out of his own fucking way. Steelers ended up winning 23-20, or is it 26-23? Oh, it's 29-27.
Yeah.
Now I'll say this. I'll say this right now. I said Justin Fields should have been the second pick, and last night is the reason why. That kid has a lot of resiliency and a lot of moxie. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say on that. Any thoughts from this? That's all the games.
Yeah.
JP, by the way, got any thoughts on the Bears-Steelers game? I just gave them to you. There's a clip that shows a ref deliberately leaning into a Bears linebacker after a play and threw a flag immediately after. That's
No.
Okay, so I did see that, and it did seem weird.
I think that was out of context. I think the referee was already getting the flag. And
he was. Okay, so here's the thing. Taunting is a it's one of the emphasis that they have put on the game. It needs to be, I agree with it. It needs to be put to a stop.
Uh-huh.
What Cassius Marsh was his name, what he did by rule constitutes a taunting. Okay? He was standing there doing this, he was doing a fucking Vince McMahon walk to the other bench, and he turned around, and the ref was already reaching for the flag was back here, which is he leaned out, he turned, and he hit him, which knocked him off balance. I think he was reaching for the flag. You can argue that he stuck his ass out so that he could throw the flag for a legitimate reason. He didn't get flagged for hitting the referee. He got flagged for taunting the bench. That's what he got flagged for. Now, is that taunting? By rule, yes. Do I think it's taunting? I think it would have been taunting if he would have walked over there and fucking did what Randy Moss did in Green Bay's end zone, pulled his pants down like pretending he was taking a shit. He walked over to the bench, turned around, pretended like he pulled his pants down to take a shit on their sideline. That's taunting. That's a 15-yard penalty. What it constituted last night was not, in my eyes, and I want to get Tim on here because he used to be a referee, and we can ask him questions. We might do that. I'm gonna try talking Heather into talking him into coming on this show so that we can ask him questions like this. In my eyes, it wasn't taunting, but he will probably tell you it's subjective, and the referee, I don't know. But I don't think the referee threw his ass out so that he could throw the flag. He was already going for the flag, and he got bumped. He got bumped, and it looked like he threw his hip into him. He was already going to throw the flag. So that's that. The Bears don't understand the fucking rules. That's not why they got flagged, because he bumped the referee. He got flagged for taunting the Steelers bench. Either way,
is it like with wrestling, isn't it? Hitting the official an automatic disqualification?
It is, but it's unintentional, and again, it's subjective.
Yes.
So there's that. No, it's all right, but there was a taunt. What he did is he had made. I think he didn't make a sack. I don't remember what he did.
It was some sort of big play.
He made a stop because it was fourth down. And he did the Vince McMahon, you know how Vince McMahon walks down to the fucking ramp, walks down the ramp to the ring. Well, he did that emphatically and then stopped, looked at the bench, and he might have said something. I don't know. But the referee was already reaching for his flag.
At the end of the day, these players know what a taunt is. They know they shouldn't be doing it. They're gonna get flagged regardless, you know. So it
But
is
it's
what
at
it
the
is.
referee again. This rule is at the referee's discretion. If he sees that it's taunting, now if there is like, and I will say this, if there is like some sort, like if the game is getting out of hand where it's getting chippy, they might just throw a flag, just say, "Hey, look, we're in charge here," which is fine with me because sometimes that needs to happen. Where a player gets in the face of another player, they're going to throw that flag, and I don't blame them for doing it because they're getting chippy. That's all I'm saying.
That's just their way of trying to prevent a fight from
Yes,
breaking out.
yes. Because if you get if you get an unsportsmanlike, you get two unsportsmanlike conducts, you're ejected for the game and the next game, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Which is something that they need to do with targeting.
They do it in college.
They do it in college. They do it in college. The thing is, within college, if you do it in the first half, you're gone for the game. You can play the next one. If you do it in the second half, you're gone for the half and the first half of the next game. In my eyes, these guys are pros. They know better. They should be gone from this game and then gone from the next game. Losing paycheck. Your paycheck will go to a charity or go to the NFL. And the NFL, that's how they do their salary cap. That's where they're getting their revenue from, is these fucking players being dumbasses. I mean, it's justifiable.
Yeah.
At least they take that money and put it towards something,
Right.
you know. So, basketball game just ended. So we're going to, just in time, we're going to go to the college corner, and we're going to watch the college football playoff rankings reveal, and we're going to talk about, and they'll do the 25 through the 1. So we're going to sit here, and it takes about a half hour, I think. I think the show takes about a half hour.
Something like that. It's not that many
So
games.
we'll talk about the rankings. We'll really talk about the top 4, top 5, top 6. Because there were some ups. There was 2 upsets, wasn't there?
So, yeah.
Who was the number? No, Oregon won. There was an upset in the top 3. Michigan State was ranked number 3 in the college football playoff and got their ass kicked by Purdue. So,
Y'all can't hear my TV, can you?
no. I'm just
Okay, cool.
I'm just waiting for the show to start.
Same here.
Right now they're talking to some kid from Kansas. While they're doing that, I'm going to reveal the top 32 from the NFL, the power rankings, according to NFL.com. Number 32, Houston. Number 31, Detroit. Number 30, the Jets. Number 29, Miami. Number 28, Washington. Number 27, Jacksonville. Number 26, Philadelphia. Number 25, Carolina. Number 24, San Francisco. Number 23, Chicago. Number 22, Giants. Number 21, Minnesota. Number 20, Atlanta. Number 19, Seattle. Number 18, Indianapolis. Number 17, Denver. Number 16, Cincinnati. They've fallen on hard times. Raiders, 15. Steelers, 14. Saints, 13. Kansas City, 12. New England, 11. Cleveland, 10. Well, yeah. Los Angeles, 9. Buffalo, 8. Los Angeles, 7. The Rams. and Baltimore 6. We'll give our top 5 after this, and then we'll do the my rankings for this, and then we'll do our picks, and that'll be the show. So, well, everyone to a commercial, so I have time.
Yeah.
Number 5, Dallas. Number 4, Green Bay. Bullshit. Number 3, Tennessee. Tennessee's not better than Green Bay. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking. Number 2, Tampa Bay. And number 1, Arizona. And the only reason that they're number 1 is because they only have one loss. It's the only reason that they're number 1. If Arizona would have had 2 losses, Tampa Bay would be the number 1 team in football. Which I can argue that. I can argue it, but I could argue for it.
And this is based on rank, like what'd you call it? Wins and losses, right?
Yeah.
Well, mine is. Theirs is based on
5. That top 5 is wins and losses.
Do you honestly want to tell me that?
Cowboys
I don't think-
belong up in the top 5.
Well, I have top 10. Green Bay is not the 4th best team in football. Green Bay beat Arizona. Green Bay beat Arizona with Wes. Arizona had all of their fucking weapons, except for J.J. Watt. The Packers beat Arizona with all of their weapons. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I agree with you. You're saying that's why I'm kind of puzzled about Dallas being there as number 5 when they just lost to a team
I
like the
mean, they're not that far out of the top 5. I'm not going to drop them. I mean, yeah, they were number 2 last week. They deserve to drop a few spots. I mean, you could argue. I have them number 6.
Oh yeah, it's the Eagles, right? They playing some good football this whole year.
Yeah, they're about 18, 19 spots away from that. So we'll also talk about the Big Ten and the SEC. We'll talk about some games. I'll talk about the Wisconsin game, and I'll talk about the Penn State and Michigan State game. I watched a little bit of that. Michigan State sucks. They finally played somebody. Purdue's not a bad football team.
I just got alerted. Well, I missed the alert at 8:40. Packers was fined $300,000.
Sure.
Because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. But he didn't break any rules. That's the thing what rules did he break?
They just say NFL punished Green Bay for violation of COVID-19 protocols involving quarterback Aaron Rodgers and wide receiver Alan Lazard, who each get fined $14,650.
I don't care.
That's crazy.
Green Bay's going to take that money out of the fucking money that they make from the fucking people that invest in them. It doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt Green Bay one bit. It doesn't come out of. But Aaron Rodgers is really worried about $14,600. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. So who do you think the top 4 are, Bobbit?
Oh boy, I think it's going to be Georgia, Bama, Oklahoma, and maybe Oregon. I don't know.
I mean, I can't argue against that. But it's probably going to be Ohio State, Oregon, Alabama, and Georgia. Cincinnati will be 5. Michigan will be 6. That's what I see. I know Wisconsin came out of this and they were 21, I think. I think, and this is a preliminary, I think Wisconsin's the best team in the best Big Ten right now. And I'll explain why. Little tease.
Damn, Baylor almost lost. Fuck.
Well, LSU isn't bad, though. The SEC isn't. They beat the shit out of each other. This is why two teams are in the top two. Or four. Right now they're showing, so Alabama beat LSU 20-14. Michigan State lost to Purdue 40-29. Ohio State struggled against Nebraska 26-17. They may jump Cincinnati. They may jump Cincinnati above Ohio State, but so Arkansas number 25, Utah number 24, Texas, San Antonio number 23, an undefeated team, San Diego State number 22, and Pittsburgh number 21. They went up 4 spots. San Diego State went up 2 spots from previous week. UTSA deserves to be in the top 25. I mean, they're undefeated, but they don't fucking play anybody.
Uh-huh.
Iowa, number 20, up 2 spots. Purdue jumps Iowa because Purdue beat Iowa and Wisconsin at 18 because they beat both teams. Auburn drops 4 spots to 17, and NC State is up 3 spots to 16 this week.
Nice.
Pretty good so far. I kind of figured Wisconsin would probably jump up that high. Some teams lost. A lot of teams in the top 20, the college football playoff 25 lost. You're all good, Aaron. I thank you for bringing that to my attention. Like I said, I would love to get Tim in here so we can ask him these questions. Ole Miss goes up 1 spot to 15. BYU up 1 spot to 14. Again, who do they fucking play? Baylor down 3 spots. They lost to number. They're down 1 spot to number 13. Wake Forest dropped 3 spots to number 12. They were undefeated. Texas A&M goes up 3 spots to 11, according to the committee. I'm okay with it. So far, I'm okay with what they're doing. I'm not sure that Baylor or BYU deserves to be there. I'd put Ole Miss above BYU. I would, because I think Ole Miss can beat BYU.
Top 10 about to come up.
Yes. Well, they're going to do the top 10. And then they're going to do 9, 8, 7, and then the top 6 will be revealed. That's how they did it. They'll reveal the top team, then they'll reveal the second team, the third team. Number 10, Oklahoma State. Justifiably so. They're up 1 spot.
I'm not mad about that.
No, I mean, they have to play Oklahoma yet, which I think they play Oklahoma this week. The what do they call that? I can't. No. Bedlam game. It's the name that they give Oklahoma. Number 9, Notre Dame. They're up 1 spot. This helps Cincinnati for some ungodly fucking reason. If Notre Dame keeps winning, the only way fucking Cincinnati has even a remote chance of fucking getting into the top 4 is if Notre Dame just wins. I'm going to laugh if they drop them.
You watch fucking Cincinnati's going to be like in number 3.
If they are, they're going to lose. They're going to lose like 64-6.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No matter who especially if they play Alabama. Oklahoma is still number 8.
That's disappointing.
That I am disappointed in the committee because they're punishing Oklahoma for having close games all year. Cincinnati is playing lesser teams and have played closer games against lesser teams than what Oklahoma has. Cincinnati needs to be at 8, in my eyes. Oklahoma deserves to be right near the top 5. If not 6, they should be 5. They're just being haters. They're jerking off Cincinnati. That's what they're doing.
That's fucking bullshit, though. I agree with you 100%, JP. Oklahoma deserves to be in the top.
They need to be up. They can compete with any one of those teams. Georgia, no, but Alabama, Ohio State, they kill Cincinnati. Number 1, Georgia. Is there any doubt? And I'll talk about it. Georgia is hands down the best fucking team in college football. Oklahoma, Alabama might drop to 3 or 4 because they had a close game with LSU. We'll see. Oh, they kept them number 2. They keep winning. This is what I don't understand about the committee. They're gonna praise Cincinnati but punish Oklahoma. Oklahoma would kill LSU. Oregon.
Oh yeah.
Number 3. That means Michigan State is number 7. And Ohio State is now the number 4 team in the country. I don't think they'll be there very long. I think they're going to lose. That means Michigan should stay 5, Cincinnati should stay 6, and Michigan State 7. If they jump Cincinnati over Michigan, I'll be pissed. See, this makes no sense. Because the previous week, Michigan was 5, if I remember correctly. The committee's just like, oh, we feel so sorry for small Cincinnati, who wouldn't even come close. Last year, they played Ohio State and lost like 64-13 or something like that. Like, what makes people think Cincinnati can compete with the top 4? You can't. They're just waiting for one of the top 4 teams to lose. Michigan's number 6 and Michigan State's number 7. Now, Michigan State being 7 doesn't make sense to me because they're punishing Michigan State but praising Cincinnati, but punishing Michigan because Michigan State lost. Cincinnati's being praised for not doing a fucking thing. They beat Tulsa 28-20. They're very good. Not very good at all. Cincinnati has not fucking played anybody that I would sit here and say, yeah, they deserve to be in the top 5. Wrong fucking answer. This committee is a bunch of fucking morons. They're basing this off of what? An eye test? They don't play anybody. And what teams they do play, they damn near get beat. Like, Georgia would have beat Tulsa 73-0. Alabama would have beat Tulsa 84-0. Do you see the disparaging difference? Cincinnati is a very, 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 very distant number 5. They may as well be number 25.
Oh, snap.
Because they're not. Michigan may as well not be ranked. No, there might as well not be a ranking period. They might as well just do the top 4 and that's it. Cincinnati does not deserve to be in the top 5. Are they undefeated? Sure. They beat Notre Dame. Barely.
So why they didn't punish them for
Wisconsin almost beat Notre Dame, except for a couple of interceptions that hurt them. They had 3 pick sixes in that game. The final would have been 16-13 if it hadn't have been for all them fucking turnovers late in the game. And Wisconsin actually had the lead in that game. And they had Wisconsin down at 18. Why are they punishing Wisconsin? They moved them up 3 spots. Fuck, they deserve to be in the top 10 at the rate they're going. Now I'm going to get to it. And then we're going to get to the fucking Aaron Rodgers debacle. Wisconsin is the best team in the Big Ten. Why? They've had the tougher schedule. They've been in every fucking game they played except for one. And if they played Michigan today, I think Wisconsin would beat Michigan. Why? Because their offense is more fluid. They looked really fucking good Saturday. They beat Purdue. They've beaten... Who did they beat this last week? Who did they play? I forget who they play. No. Rutgers.
There you go.
They destroyed Rutgers. Just Wisconsin's better. Who's the best team in college football? Georgia. The argument is, well, they don't play anybody. No, they don't. They play Florida, who damn near beat Alabama. The SEC is the toughest conference in college football today. Whether people fucking like it or not, I guarantee you, and this isn't even skilled positions, I guarantee you the SEC will have more first-round players than any other, and that's combined with all the teams. I would put Texas A&M in the Big Ten, and I guarantee you they'd be right up there with Ohio State. Mm-hmm. You put Alabama in that division, they're running roughshod over everybody. Georgia, the same fucking thing. You put LSU in that conference, they're in the mix. They're in the mix in the Big Ten West. Do I think Wisconsin can beat them? Yes, because of their defense. But they'd be in the mix. These fucking Big Ten fans that just hate the SEC because they always win, gotta beat them. You gotta beat them. You can't beat the big dogs. You ain't winning. You have to beat Alabama and you have to beat Georgia, and none of that's happening. Alabama's beatable. Is Georgia beatable? No. I don't think Georgia's getting beat at all this year. If they do, Georgia's beating themselves. I said it. Alabama, if Alabama loses, it's because they beat themselves. They beat themselves once, almost twice. I watched Wisconsin play this week. I think 34-3 or 37-3 was the final. They didn't give any. I don't even think Rutgers had 100 yards total offense. Oregon, they beat Washington 26-16, but it was in shitty weather. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Bobbitt, you watched Alabama LSU, yeah?
Yes.
Thoughts? I did not. I did not watch that game.
It was a damn good game. I really thought LSU had a chance to win it there, but Alabama just proves how damn good of a team that they actually are.
Yeah. They when it matters most, Nick Saban can coach his guys to a win, which is why Alabama's right up there. Because it's not just the players, it's the coaching. I think that is it for the college corner. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Bobbitt?
I have nothing if Rayshon doesn't have anything.
Rayshon, do you got anything? Got any questions or anything?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Now, I gave to the two people on everybody here, I gave my Power rankings. This is my reveal for the power rankings this week. Number 32. Oh, you know who's number 32 in my eyes.
Uh-huh.
Because they're number one in Trek's eyes. And that's not why they're number 32. They're that bad. Detroit. Number 31. Houston. They're bad. But they almost beat the Dolphins. So what does that say about Miami? They did beat Houston, but they're number 30.
Okay, now.
Who do I think LSU should go for as coach after Ed Orgeron leaves? They're I don't know, man. Peyton Manning would be a good idea. I don't know. I don't know who they can go and get. I'd go and get the offensive coordinator from Alabama. Number 29, the New York Jets. Number 28, actually, you know what? I'm going to say Dave Aranda becomes the next head coach at LSU. He's a defensive coordinator. He should have the job. In my eyes, he should. Very good coach. Number 28, Jacksonville. Number 27, Washington. Now, these are mine. Some of them are the same as the 32, but these are mine. These are based on records right now and the eye test for me. Number 26, the Giants. I don't care if they fucking won this past week. They still suck.
Yeah.
Number 25, Chicago. Even though they almost damn won, they still suck. Can't get the job done. They're 25 because their coach is a fucking joke. Number 24, Philadelphia. They're only there because of their record. And I think they can beat Chicago. Number 23.
Two, right? And
What?
the Ravens. They could beat the Packers, the Ravens, right?
No.
Kansas City.
No. Nice try, though. Number 23, San Francisco. Philadelphia could beat San Francisco.
Oh, that goes without saying.
The Eagles could if they catch them on a bad day. Number 22, Minnesota. Just can't get over that fucking hump. Mike Zimmer is one of the worst coaches. He's as bad as Matt Nagy is. Number 21, Seattle. Number 20, Carolina. Number 19, Indianapolis. I'm not buying them. Not buying them. Number 18, Atlanta. Number 17, Denver. Number 16, Cincinnati. Number 15, Las Vegas. Number 14, Kansas City. Number 13, New England. They're getting there. Number 12, Cleveland. Cleveland's going to be on the rise, especially if they play the way they did this past week. Number 11, Pittsburgh. They just keep winning, man. Top 10, New Orleans. Can't get out of their own fucking way, man. They're lucky they're in the top 10. That's based on record. Because I might put them down to 14 where Kansas City is and move everybody else up one spot. Number 9, probably the best team in the AFC besides Tennessee is the Los Angeles Chargers. And that's not saying a lot because they're only 5-3.
Yeah.
Number 8, Buffalo. They've kind of hit a snag. They lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars 9-6 Sunday. 9-6. How in the fuck do you only score 6 points against Jacksonville?
They trash, too.
Did they allow Jacksonville to play with 22 players on the field? Because that's probably the only way they could have. I don't know, man. Number 7, the Rams. They got their ass handed to them. Number 6, Dallas. Number 5, Baltimore. They keep winning, they will rise. because I think they're the second best. They could be very easily the best team in the AFC. So we'll see. Number 4, Tennessee. They won without Derrick Henry this week. Can they keep that momentum? I don't know. Because their schedule, I think they play Baltimore this year, too. Number 3, Tampa Bay. Number 2, Arizona. And my number 1 team?
Georgia.
I'm not punishing. Close. I am not punishing Green Bay for the loss this week. Not this week. Now, Jordan Love has a whole week to get ready. Because right now, Aaron Rodgers is still out. If he comes back with a negative test on Saturday, Aaron Rodgers will play. Jordan Love has an entire week to get ready. He's got 1 game under his belt, and I don't think there's anything that Seattle can bring that Green Bay won't be ready for. On top of that, I think they're getting back David Bakhtiari this week, which would move him to left tackle, would move Elton Jenkins back to guard, get Royce Newman out of there, put Lucas Patrick at right guard. Hopefully they get Josh Myers back, or they put Billy Turner at tackle, and we'll see what they do. But they need to fix that offensive line. The offensive line failed the Packers on Sunday. I'm not punishing Green Bay this week. This week, I'm not saying I'm going to keep them number 1 just because I'm a Packers fan. If they lose, they will drop. I don't think it matters. With that defense, let me put it to you like this. Patrick Mahomes is supposedly the best quarterback in professional football today, right? Right? Which means Russell Wilson is not. If Green Bay's defense can do what they did to Kansas City on Sunday, I don't give a fuck who starts for Seattle. You aren't beating Green Bay. And it's in Green Bay. This might, but if Aaron Rodgers tests negative on Saturday, he is playing. It's already been stated. Now, let's talk about it. Because the contention of most media and cancel culture wants to talk about one thing and not another. First, let's talk about the thing that's number 1 on everybody's list, and that is Aaron Rodgers testing positive for COVID. And as Rayshawn just noted, the Packers are being fined $300,000. Alan Lazard and Aaron Rodgers are both being fined $14,600. No suspensions. I want to know what protocols they broke. What did they break? What, he didn't get the vaccine? He lied to the media? Number 1, he didn't lie to the fucking media. He was asked, have you had the vaccination? He did go, yeah, I have been immunized. And nobody followed up. So they're going to punish Aaron Rodgers. The cancel culture wants to bitch about Aaron Rodgers. How about you fucking bitch at those fucking dumb shit fucking media people? Aaron Nagler, Rob Dombrowski. Yeah, I'm calling you motherfuckers out. You guys are sitting in there. You ask the question and then don't follow it up. What do you mean immunized? So fuck you and the horses you rode in on. Terry Bradshaw, go suck a dick. You old greasy fucking cocksucker. You're only relevant because the defense in Pittsburgh won you 4 titles. Don't feed me a line of shit because you're a Hall of Famer. You're about as good as the team you were on. The only reason you're in the Hall of Fame is because of Chuck Knox. Be thankful, you fucking greasy cunt. The shit he said, the shit he said on Sunday sickened me. Who the fuck is he to fucking come on there because he has a voice, he has a platform, to say that Aaron Rodgers is wrong? Really? Is he, though? Is he? He didn't fucking lie to anybody. He just didn't tell him that he was vaccinated. He said he was immunized. What does that mean? He's taking ivermectin. Number 2, motherfuckers, he can't get the fucking 2 vaccines because he's fucking allergic to them. And the other one, they took off the fucking shelf when he was going to go get the vaccine because there was something wrong with the fucking vaccine. So get your fucking shit straight before you come at somebody and try and fucking make them a fucking target for cancel culture. Cancel yourself. You're a fucking moron and you have no rights. Shut the fuck up. Deal with it. He didn't fucking lie. He only misled. That doesn't mean he lied. He just misled you. If you want to believe the difference between, go look them up. What's the difference between immunization and a vaccination? What's the definition of a vaccination?
COVID.
I'm gonna tell you the definition between an immunization and a vaccination. Just give me a second, God damn it. The phone's not cooperating with me very well. Gotta switch glasses. Going to the old man glasses. Oh, Christ. No, it's not clickbait. It's actual fucking people that are reporters for sports journalism.
And are on TV.
And are on fucking TV and on the fucking news and on fucking radio. People are fucking morons, man. These are actual reporters. They don't follow up. They're not very good at their job.
As I'm reading more into the article. Go. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Well, I'm just going to give you the definition of a vaccination. The definition of a vaccination: treatment with the vaccine to produce immunity against a disease, also called inoculation. So what they do with the vaccine is they give you a spore of the virus. That doesn't mean the immunity shouldn't even be in the definition, because you aren't immune from it. So it's not a vaccination. It's not even an immunization. A vaccination, it would be yeah. It doesn't provide an immunity. So they're changing the definition of a vaccination just to fit the agenda that it makes it. And that's why people are saying he's lying. But that's not what a vaccine does. Because if you acquire an immunity via a vaccination, you can't get it. Right? You can still get COVID-19 from a vaccination. I know people that have had it. I've known people that have damn near died from it after getting the vaccine. So don't fucking tell me that it's 100%. You're a fucking moron if you think that. Now, let's look up the definition of an immunization. The ability of an organism to resist, in particular, infection or toxin by the action of specific antibodies or sensitized white blood cells. Immunity to typhoid seems to have increased spontaneously. That's used in a sentence. Protection or exemption from something. So an immunity means that you will not get it. You are immune to it. Do you see the difference? Vaccine doesn't stop you from getting, because you can get the influenza shot and you still get sick. You can still get sick. You're just not going to get as sick. But I have known people to get pretty sick on the vaccination, from influenza after having the vaccination. I'm no scientist. My thing is this. Whose body is it?
Yourself, ours.
Why does it fucking matter what he does? Why does this mandate by the NFL to force people to get this vaccination or to punish them for not getting it is kind of a fucking dumb idea. And I personally think that down the road, the NFL is going to get sued by players for this, because they're going to come to find out that the vaccination doesn't stop shit. I want to know what protocols Aaron Rodgers broke, because from what we were told and what he told me, and Aaron Rodgers, I'm not saying he don't lie, but he's never lied to me. From his press conferences, like, what reason does he have to fucking lie? You don't have to have the vaccination to fucking play football. Okay? You don't. Whoever thought up this rule that you have to follow these certain protocols, right now, the federal government is trying to do mask mandates and vaccination mandates. Supreme Court, and this is why I think there's going to be some suing going on. The federal courts have denied President Biden able to pass that law. If he signs it into an executive order, he will be sued. And he could be impeached, if I am correct. I don't know, I have to look at the law. Right now, the court said you cannot mandate vaccines or masks. It doesn't have... Okay, so the NFL cannot dictate to you what you do in your off time. That's like my boss telling me I've got to go home and stay home. I can't go in. I can't go to fucking McDonald's and get something to eat. Shopping. I have to go home. The only place I can go is to go grocery shopping, but you can't go to fucking McDonald's. Eat a dick. That's the NFL. Who cares? Aaron Rodgers can do whatever the fuck he wants in his free time. That's not even in the mandates. In the state of fucking Wisconsin, you do not have to wear a mask inside a public place anymore. It's recommended, but it's not required. And it's recommended for those who are not vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I lick windows, and I still haven't gotten COVID. So how about that? Who cares? This COVID-19 thing is so dumb. They have made it such a central focus, and it's become so fucking political that it is costing the Democrats some of their seats right now. The governor, well, that and making Trump an issue will get you knocked out, and also telling telling schools, telling a governor, telling the parents that you have no choice what your child learns. Okay, motherfucker. I dare that motherfucker to tell me what my child is learning in school. I better have a right, because I will be looking over my daughter's shoulder into what she's learning. You want to know why? College-educated man, and I wanted to be a teacher. I'm not dumb. If I see the math book and she's writing an essay on why it's bad to be a white person or whatever, I'm going to that teacher and I'm going to say, my daughter's not turning this in for a grade because you're an idiot. You don't know what you're fucking doing. You're trying to force an agenda on my child. It's a wrong fucking answer. My child is my responsibility when it comes to those social issues, not yours. Teach her 2 + 2. Teach her who the first president of the United States was. Teach her what happens when you mix an acid and a base, and teach her how to run fast. Well, she can teach herself how to run fast, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't be telling my kid what they should and shouldn't do in public. I make that fucking decision. She makes that decision, actually. I try to be the good guy out in public. At home, I'm the bad guy. Out in public, she's the bad guy. I try to be the good guy, but you know how that goes sometimes because you don't listen. But that's neither here nor there. Here's why I have a problem with this story being the top issue. Remember last week we were talking about Henry Ruggs, who was going 156 miles an hour and killed somebody. And nobody's talking about that, but they want to talk about how bad of a person Aaron Rodgers is for not getting the vaccination. What in the fuck is wrong with society today? And I'm not trying to turn this into a race thing. Is it because he's black? Why? What is the deal? What is the issue? Why can't we talk about that? That is more egregious than what fucking Aaron Rodgers did. I could give a shit what Aaron Rodgers does. Whether he gets vaccinated or not, I don't care. As long as he's able to throw 33 touchdowns and 285 yards a game, I don't care. I could give 2 fucking shits what Aaron Rodgers... He could fuck a PVC pipe for all I fucking care. Just as long as what he does on the field is all I care about.
See, that's the problem with sports fans or whatever, because it's like in the wrestling, people care so much of the person and not the character, you know? They want to be involved with the person's life.
So here, and thank you for bringing that up. I mean, I don't want to go into a wrestling rant here, but these releases last week, who cares?
Right.
There's a reason why Keith Lee was released. And a lot of reports coming out that he was a bad person in the locker room. He wanted to have creative freedom. He didn't want to listen to anything Vince McMahon wanted to put out. Whatever. I don't care. That doesn't fucking matter. Part of the reason why Keith Lee got released is he was never. And I like Keith Lee. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's a great character. He was a meme. He was a one-time meme. Right? You remember that meme with him and Adam Cole? When he fucking launched Adam Cole into the stands, remember that? It became a meme, right?
I don't remember that. I will have to look that up.
Okay. Well, see, you forget it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody seemed to have forgotten that. So how can you honestly sit here and tell me that Keith Lee is going to make WWE money? That's why he got released. He may have won a championship, but he was never going to be their top guy. So WWE's getting rid of all these people because they're wasting money sitting on the roster. Budget cuts. It's exactly what it is. It's a budget cut. I don't care if people want to say that's a bullshit answer. No, that's really what they're doing. They have every right to cut whatever fucking money they want out of their fucking budget. It's their fucking budget. It's their fucking money. They can do what they want with it. And if AEW wants to pay John Moxley $6 million to sit in fucking rehab, let's talk about that for a fucking minute.
Right.
I'm just saying.
But just overall, like the sports arena, like the fans itself, they want to be so involved with the people's lives instead of just worrying about what they do on
They're more
screen.
worried about, they're more worried about whether or not they're going to get released, and they want everybody to be pushed.
Yeah, like you can't do that. It's not
You
even
can't push everybody.
ideal.
It's like, not everybody can be a world champion. Not
And then they're gonna
everybody.
complain about that. Oh, you hot potato in the title.
No, I get it. WWE has made it to the point where Roman Reigns should never be beat. Got it. I get it. There will be somebody. Because Roman Reigns will get older. And Roman Reigns will not be the man.
He's not going to be the next Hulk Hogan.
No.
They did it with Stone Cold. No one had a problem with that. They did it with
Stone Cold. I think Stone Cold would have been around if he didn't have his injuries, his issues. Stone Cold probably would have been around a lot longer than he was if it had not been for his neck and his knees.
But what I'm trying to say, they made Stone Cold this guy. You know how Roman Reigns is. You can't beat him, or he's heavily protected. They made Stone Cold like that.
I mean, but the thing with Stone Cold wasn't heavily protected. Okay, he did lose matches. Roman Reigns isn't losing matches. He's way too overprotected. Roman Reigns would be so much better off if he did not win every fucking match. Because you put him in a pay-per-view, he gets no help, and he just runs over everybody. The only help that I can remember him getting was this past one with Brock Lesnar and the one against Finn Balor. Every other one, he has pretty much dominated everybody. It is what it is. But the issue that I have is, why is Henry Ruggs not a bigger issue than what Aaron Rodgers was? And I can't put my finger on it, and I don't want to call it out, but I think it's because of, I hate saying this, because of the color of his skin. They don't want to portray him as a bad person. He killed somebody going 156 miles an hour in a $75,000 fucking car.
While drunk.
How is that a good person? Uh-oh. You sure?
Yeah, but you're still alive.
I'm sorry. I don't want it to go there. I don't think it's black privilege. I think it's just everybody's afraid to. And I'm not saying that's the issue. I'm trying to figure out why this isn't being talked about, and Aaron Rodgers is.
The only thing I can think of is they're waiting for the
agenda.
They can't.
The COVID agenda.
But that doesn't matter. He's already been charged, and nobody's talking about it. Either way, let's get to the. Anybody else got anything they want to add on to that, or anything?
The only thing I will say is it's only Aaron Rodgers that they're talking about in this extensive force when it comes to COVID. Because Lamar Jackson contracted COVID and was out for 2 weeks. And it was just simple, Lamar's going to be out because he's contracted COVID. But moving on, why is it on Aaron?
You know what they need to do going forward with the NFL or any sports or whatever? Mm-hmm. They need to not announce these athletes being out due to COVID. They just need to say that, they are out for a rest or whatever the case may be. They're just out.
Yeah. They are on the injured reserve for the moment. They'll be back.
Exactly. They shouldn't disclose that.
All right. Bobbitt, you got anything you want to add?
No.
Okay. All right. So that being said, let's get to the games. Thursday, and then we'll get out of here. The Ravens at the Dolphins.
Next game.
Next game. Who you got?
Ravens.
Hobbit?
Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens as well.
You know,
Heather's going with the Ravens. I know it's... Oh, we're back in green again. Okay.
It's probably something.
Sunday, noon game, Bills at the Jets.
Bills.
I'm going with the Bills too.
Bills.
Heather? Let me say this real quick. Heather's trying to get everybody's picks. If you haven't gotten them in, DM or put them in the chat here. Because right now I don't know if it's keeping up or not. So I'm going to move on so we can get out of here. Buccaneers at Washington. Going Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, yeah.
Bucks.
Heather? Okay. Next game. Is it another week that the Falcons can pull out a win, or the Cowboys going to get back on track? And it's in Dallas.
I'm gonna just say Cowboys.
I'm going to go with Cowboys too.
Yeah, I'm going Dallas.
Heather? Falcons at the Cowboys.
You know what? I'm going to take the Falcons. Just because.
Interesting. Here's another game. Saints at the Titans. Oh, I just seen what she just said. Who you got? I'm gonna go with the Titans. I'm gonna go with the Titans. It's in Tennessee. It's in Nashville.
Nashville. Let me see. Titans. Oh,
Saints.
Saints. Okay. I agree with you. I'm going with Titans.
Yeah,
Heather?
Titans.
Hobbit going with the Titans as well. And Beersy, thank you. I know it's real talk, but I don't want that to be the issue. That I'm hoping that's not why. Just wanted to point that out. I forgot to mention that. Jaguars at the Colts. I'm going with the Colts.
I'll go with the Jaguars.
Okay. You going with the Colts, Heather? Bobbit, what about you?
I'm gonna go Colts.
Okay. Lions at the Steelers. Next game.
Steelers.
Come on. Everybody go with the Steelers, all right? Go with the Steelers. It'll be okay. Browns at the Patriots.
I'm going with the Browns.
I'm going to go with Browns as well. Don't be surprised if the Patriots win, though.
Right.
Bobbit?
I just want to have faith with Baker Mayfield right now.
I'm gonna go Patriots because Nick Chubb is out.
I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just telling you what I think. Heather?
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. Yep. Vikings at the Chargers.
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 It's not a pick 'em. I know. You going with the Chargers? And by the way, DJ Skinny Penis, enjoy prison. Motherfucker got thrown in jail for drunk driving because he's an idiot. He got into a fight in a bar because he's a moron. Probably got his ass kicked too. Panthers at the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals as well.
Okay, Cardinals.
Heather? Mm-hmm. All right. Eagles at the Broncos.
I'm going with the Eagles. I don't care what the Broncos did this past week.
I'm going to go with the Broncos, buddy. I'm sorry. This one's a toss-up. It depends on which Eagles team shows up, and right now, neither Eagles team is showing up. So I'm going with the Broncos. The Broncos showed what they can do. It doesn't mean they will do it, but I think they can and will. Bobbit, who you got?
Broncos.
Heather?
I don't think the Broncos are going to be able to keep up the same momentum in this last game.
I mean, this one's like I said, this one's a toss-up. All right. Now keep in mind what I said earlier. Seahawks at Packers. If Aaron Rodgers is cleared on Saturday, he will start, which means Green Bay will be essentially at full strength. However, and I stated this earlier, if the defense can play the way they did against the Chiefs, which they've been pretty consistent all year, that the Seahawks defense is not very good. And that offensive line for Green Bay needs to be more solid than what they were. And that gives Jordan Love one more week to work with Davante Adams and that receiving core. Also, once, and it's a real possibility that OBJ may be in a Packer uniform. My issue with him is if he can keep his fucking mouth shut, he's going to be just fine in Green Bay. The issue is he's got to keep his mouth shut, and I don't know if he can do that. If he doesn't mind being the second, third, or fourth option, even though he's a number one receiver, he wants to come to Green Bay. So it's on him if he does come to Green Bay. He needs not to step on fucking Matt LaFleur's toe. Davante Adams was already, everybody knows. Even OBJ has said Davante Adams is the best receiver in the league. Got it. If he can keep his fucking mouth shut, he wants to come to Green Bay. He wants to play for a contender. If he can keep his mouth shut, I think he's got a shot at winning a Super Bowl in Green Bay. If not, he just won't be in the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. I'm going with the Packers either way. Because I don't think Seattle, even with Russell Wilson, has enough.
I'm going with the Packers as well.
They can't just keep throwing to DK Metcalf all fucking day.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Lockett. Yeah, that's fine. But you've seen the weapons that Kansas City has, and they weren't able to really do shit against Green Bay. 166 yards. And Russell Wilson is not as good as Patrick Mahomes. Sorry. Just speaking truth there. Heather? Okay. I just wanted to point that out. Bob, who you got?
I got Packers.
I just wanted to point that out. This defense is legit. It's a top 5 defense. And they're healthy. They might be getting some players back soon, too. Well, I'm talking on defense. But yes, you were correct. Sunday night game. The Chiefs at the Raiders. The Raiders have fallen on a little bit of hard times. The Chiefs still trying to find their way, even though they have a ton of weapons. The Raiders have a weaker defense. The Chiefs have a stronger offense. Who you got, Rayshawn?
I'm going with the Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well. Heather? Heather's going with the Raiders.
I wanted to go with the Raiders, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go with a better team, I guess, on paper.
Yep. Bobbit, who you got?
I got Chiefs.
Okay.
let's see your tweets in the Twitter chat, and I'll catch up with you on that. Okay.
And the final game of the week, the Monday night game, the Rams at the 49ers. No matter what these two teams are, it's a good game. The Rams have given the 49ers fits. The 49ers haven't given Rams fits when they're really good. It depends upon Matthew Stafford and if he can bounce back. I'm going to go with the Rams. But again, that San Francisco defense, it's a decent defense. So I'm going with the Rams though. It's in San Francisco. Rayshawn?
I'm going with the 49ers.
Bobbitt?
I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Okay. Heather? Sounds good. That being said, I'm going to turn it over to Heather. The teams on bye this week are the Bengals, the Bears, the Texans, and the Giants. I don't know who's on bye next week, but I want to thank everybody for being here. Now, keep in mind, these are just my opinions, and everybody else has an opinion. If they want to voice their opinion, voice it. I'm not going to hold it against you, but keep in mind, I may disagree with it, and I may argue with you about it. But it's a debate. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not going to stand down from my opinion and belief. Now, like I said, I hope that the issue of one being talked about and the other not is not what I said it is. Not what I want it to be about. Because if that's what it is about, shame on those people. That being said, I'm going to turn it over to Heather. She's going to go through the fantasy this week, and then she's going to go through the
Results of the picks
and all that good stuff. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe, be well, and enjoy this week's games. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Oh, goodness. Well, Wendy, you're going to have to give me my phone. Alrighty. This child, I swear. Give me 1 second, Wendy. Somebody ain't happy, but I'm going to go, yeah, okay. Wendy, give me 1 second, baby. I promise you'll get the phone right back. I'm going to do the fantasy real quick so that we can shut that one up. Whew. We had close to a tie situation for winning here. First place winner of the fantasy league this week is Tim, beating Cody.
Nice.
Then shush. Tim had a total of 138.7 with going against Cody's total of 129.6. Bobbitt was in a very close second place to him, defeating you, Rayshawn. Bobbitt had 138.2 against Rayshawn's 90.1. What happened?
I don't know. I had the wrong players, and I didn't trust that Kittle was gonna do well.
Kittle does have a long history of injuries. Coming in third, we got Dan Rex improving his score greatly at 115.7, beating NG Fresh at 103.6. I came up in the rear, losing to managerless team, which they had 72.9 to my 67.7.
Oh wow,
Hmm.
you?
Yes.
What happened to you?
I had no fucking clue that hold on. Let me get to my team here. I had no fucking clue that Sir Robinson went from questionable to out until after the
Oh
game started.
no, they violated.
Yes. Yes. And I also had to drop Mike Davis so that I could take Christian McCaffrey off of the IR and didn't get a chance to put him on the team off of the bench before the game started. So, and then of course, Mahomes being Mahomes these last few weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Last week, are you going to load? Stats. Yeah. He didn't do very good at all. Yeah, I can't even bring it up because Yahoo Fantasy on the phone just does not like me. But there's the fantasy for y'all. I know, but like I said, you improved your score, and you heard my score this week. You heard
Yeah.
my score this week, so.
I'm used to hearing that from you. 60?
Yeah, yeah. But moving on, we'll get to the results of last week's picks here. And Beersy, if you would like to join us for these picks, it's very nice to see you, by the way. Every week, you are more than welcome to join in. You're just a little too late to join in to be in the running for the prizes we are giving away. But you can still pick with us and have fun. So,
Right.
nobody did spectacular this week with the picks. Absolutely nobody. The person who did the best this week was Cody with 8-6.
Nice.
Everybody else was either 7-7 or 5-9 or 6-8.
It was just a bad week for the NFL. Like, oh
This
my
when we start getting funneling through the bye weeks for these teams, we get these weeks where we have these picks where it's just like, I don't fucking know. I guess this one's gonna win,
God.
and then it ends up being the other one. So, but yeah, JP went 6-8. I went 7-7. Bobbit, you went 6-8. Rayshawn, you went 5-9. Trek, you, Dan Rex, Ryan, and Alpha all did 6-8. Tim did 7-7. And NG went 7-7. So
Yeah.
when we get to the middle point of the bye week, of the bye weeks for the season, that's usually where our points just crash. But let's move on and see where everybody's doing on the chart. Not too shabby. We're all pretty close. I am in lead with the panel side at 87, but JP is close behind at 79. And Bobbit and Rayshawn, you two are neck and neck at 75 and 77. So far, Cody is running away with the picks in the chat at 85, closely followed by Tim, and then even more closely followed behind Tim is Trek. So we got some good competition going on with the chat this year, guys.
Bless you.
Good? All right. And
Heather,
as always,
you're not going to be in first place after this week. I'm
we'll
calling
see.
it.
We'll see. Well, he's talking about me. With that being said, we are doing these picks, and those of us on the panel are exempt from winning these prizes. These prizes are just for those of you in the chat to win, and it's always going to be the top 3. So, and with those prizes, we are very, very fortunate to be sharing these with you, and we are super, super happy you've all decided to join us for another year of this. Our awards are named after Chance and what he loved to call everybody. So here are our Bubba Awards. And there we have it. See how we do? And then next week, we'll come back and we'll let you know. Good luck on all your picks. And may the best players win this weekend. Y'all have a good night. And we'll see you next week. Oh, and don't forget to go over to the Horny Goat chat. Because Gina and Basement will be playing It Takes Two this evening for you in just a few short minutes, I think. I think the timer said they would be going around 10:30 Central Time. So head on over there and enjoy the show, and we'll see you next week.